Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video with GamePlayer707. I bought two extremely expensive controllers, and I'm going to review them today. The Scuf Prestige coming in at $200, and the Elite Series 2 at $179. First, I'm going to go from cheaper to more expensive. The Elite Series 2 has a lot more options. So it has 4 paddles on the back, like this. Trigger locks, which make the trigger go down a little bit more every time that you flick it. And really that's all for the back, except for an amazing feature that I love. This comes in the case with the charging dock. It fits right here. And you can plug this in. It's a USB-C. Set it on. It's magnetic. And just take it off when you're ready to play. You can put it back on when you're done or when you're sleeping. It doesn't have to be extreme, or it doesn't have to be dead for you to put it on. And I think it boasts a 40-hour battery life, which is a little extreme, but I like to charge my headset every night, so I'll probably be the same with the controller, and since it's easier with the controller. In the case, we have, well, these are removable. You can take off the thumbsticks and also the 8-way direction pad. It comes with 2 Xbox 360 styles, if you like the old school. Well, obviously the charger, I'm just going to set that in. This is a little tension thing. I'm just going to use the high stick. I have this high tension where it's kind of hard to, it's actually really hard to pull the thumbstick. We're going to loosen this up to medium. And it's a little easier, but when we get to loose, this is what 99% chance that your thumbstick is going to be if you don't have a custom controller. I like the right side tight and the left side medium. This is going to be my setup. The dome and then the tall. I also use the 8-way direction pad, but speaking of that, more thumbsticks. This is the normal Xbox One. If you have an Xbox One controller from Microsoft themselves, this is what you'll get. And also, it has, if I can get it out, the 4-way direction pad. This is the normal thing for other Xbox controllers. You can make this basically a stock Xbox One controller. If you have it loose without these paddles, you can actually take these off. And they're really easy to put on. They have kind of a fin to them. And then you can put them on and they press. I have, this is A, this is B, this is the left bumper, and this is the X button. I don't think that X does anything. I was gonna practice with a bot lobby to get my sensitivity in. I couldn't really ever find a great sensitivity in Cold War. I also like that everything is magnetic in here, so there's no like requiring to take everything apart. It's just use what you want to use and stick with that. And also this Xbox button, it's not this anymore. It's not like a press in. Okay. It's a click. You probably could hear that. Also there's 3 profiles right here. You could press this button, and then it's either 1, 2, or 3, and then off, which is the paddles completely disabled. They don't work. So I press it once, and that's what I use, because there's no other people at my house that would like to use this controller. So I only have one profile. And you can map every single button on this Elite, and you better be able to for $180, but you can map the paddles. There's no like actual paddle mapping physically. There is just only there's only digital paddle mapping, which is alright. I'm not against it. I think that's probably it for the Elite. 40 hours of battery life, about 6 hours to charge, I think. And also it has texture on the triggers. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's kind of like honeycomb style bumpy, like hexagons. And that's really it for the Elite. Nothing else extremely special to let out. Also, okay, well, there is something else. This thing is like a little rubber openy thing, and you can charge the controller from contact on this as you plug it in from the case. So the case is basically, once you have it wired in, a charging dock. You can have the charging dock separate, which you've probably seen me take it out. This is probably the third time. And let's move on to the $20 more competitor, Scuf. This is what pros of different leagues use, mainly because they're sponsored, and you're gonna see why I really don't recommend it here. I actually returned this to Amazon. They haven't asked for it back yet, but I filed a return because it felt cheap. This thing, the faceplate comes off, the Xbox Elite controller does not, and you can swap these faceplates and also these anti-friction rings. They come out just to not give you shavings of the plastic. And also this is magnetic to go back in, so you just snap that in place and it works. These thumbsticks, Scuf comes with this little package once you get all of them. They come with 3 normal sized thumbsticks on this and these 2, and then this domed one that I use for the walking, or I used. On the back, we have these paddles. I really do not like these positions of the paddles. They're bearable, but they're not my favorite. This is a tightening pin. This has trigger locks, so right here, you could lock these triggers. This is a great feature. If they had this on the Elite, it would be way, way, way better. I wish I can cross these features. You can put it in a tiny hole in the back of the controller, and then it makes the trigger already pushed down, so you don't have to push it down the extra. So if I was going to tighten it up to that, I'd have an extremely small trigger pull that I have to complete to fire off a shot. And it's really good for semi-automatic weapons if you play a shooter game, like with pistols or something. And these are the locks. They just require no taking apart. You just slide them and then they work. I don't like the rubber that Scuf use. It feels sticky. These I could push down and they come up. It's extremely sticky. And it's on the back of this controller too. The grips I like a little more, but with the paddle placement... Oh, you can also take the paddles off. You just have to slide them up and then pull them out like this. And you just put them back on the same way. Slide it down like that. The bumpers... You can customize these on a website, but that adds $150 to it. I got this off of Amazon for $200 as like a set pack. And it has all of the... It has the extra connector, same as the Elite. with the headphone jack. And this takes 4 hours to charge with a micro USB. This Elite has a USB-C. This has a micro USB that takes 4 hours with 30 hours of battery life. So that's a worse battery life for the Scuf when you're paying $20 more. And the paddles, this is how you remap them. You stick this magnet thing on, right here, on the back, or wrong way. You stick this on the back, and it's like a magnet. So then you press 2 buttons at once. So if I want this at A button, I hold back the paddle, I press the button, I let go of the paddle, I let go of the button, and just to make sure I press them both at once. You can take this thing off once you're ready and play the game. Gonna put these back now. Both come with a 10-foot cable of their needed types of charging. Again, the Scuf is a micro USB, which is from Android phones from 4 years ago plus, maybe. And I keep wanting to say Series X and S controller, but it was released before them when the X was called the Project Scarlet. I'm just going to say Elite controller. That was... What was I going to say? Okay, leave that there. What do I recommend more? I've only had the Scuf for 3 days, and the Elite for not even 2 hours yet. The Scuf can come with a case if you customize it right. I think it's called the Pro Pack, and it costs $25 more with one of these style cases, not Xbox branded, obviously. And 4 extra thumbsticks. The thumbsticks can rub off on the Scuf. I haven't had a chance with customer service for any of these. So what do I recommend now? Probably the Elite. It's $20 cheaper than the Scuf. And the Scuf, the only thing better with the Scuf is probably just the mapping feature. I really, really like the mapping feature. Everything else, not really. Since you can't take the faceplate off of the Elite, and you just have these little magnet things, you can with the Scuf. And you can actually switch the thumbsticks with other Xbox thumbsticks. These are from the Fusion Pro. I sold the Fusion Pro to my friends, and I kept these, and these can go on the stick. If I were to keep the Scuf, and if I kept the Scuf, I would still want the taller thumbstick because I just find it better than whatever the Scuf overpriced thing is. For the features that the Scuf has, I'd say that one word to describe it would be overpriced, because $200 for something that should be $110 probably. The only factor over it is the brand name. If they did not have a brand name, this would be way, way cheaper. So, hopefully you found it helpful. 15 minutes probably for a review is alright. The Fusion Pro is $80. The Fusion Pro 1 I had. The 2 is not worth it. Just don't spend your time. If you want the Fusion Pro, it's really good. It's by PowerA. It has 2 years of warranty, I think. And it's the Elite controller, but it has to be wired all the time. And you have to take the faceplate off to change the thumbsticks. And the paddle holder at the back, like the Elite has these little dinky small size paddles. The Fusion Pro has long paddles, but the back paddle holder is very unreliable. So if you just want a paddled controller, you can find one on Amazon for maybe $30. You just have to say paddle Xbox controller and it would come up with a really, really cheap thing. I never want to recommend the cheap things. I would like to stay to the Microsoft brand. My final closing is for a normal person, I'd go the Elite. But if you just want to flex your net worth and say, ha, I'm richer than you, get a Scuf. Bye.